Dear students, I have come with a new module. In this module, we will learn the types of contracts. So when we learn about types of contracts, you will get an idea. So types of contracts, we can divide it into four main headings, and each heading will have a subpoint. So types of contracts, the main divisions are types of contracts on the basis of enforceability. Second is on the basis of mode of creation. Third is on the basis of extent of execution. And fourth is on the basis of performance. So if you divide the contracts on the basis of point of view of enforceability, we can subdivide it into five headings. So the enforceability is the legal aspect of the contract. So how far it is legally enforceable. That is the meaning of from the point of view of enforceability. So the five subdivisions for this point are valid contracts, voidable contracts, void contracts, illegal contracts, and unenforceable contracts. Now what do you mean by valid contracts? Valid contract meaning a contract which is satisfying all the essential elements of a valid contract. I am going to explain what are the essential elements of a valid contract. That is a very important point in another module. So that meaning 10 essential elements are there. That should be written and registered. It should not be in word spoken. It has to have legal aspect for that consideration, all these points. So if you take that example, all government contracts are valid contracts. Or when a bank is entering into contract with a customer, or an insurance company is entering into contract with a customer. These are all valid contracts. Now what is voidable contracts? Voidable contract is a contract which is enforced by law at the option of one of the parties. See, for example, contracts entered into by force or undue influence. Now, property disputes between parents and children are common. Imagine a person or a minor or a major son or daughter want to get the property, parents' property. They are forcing them to sign that. That meaning at that moment, out of fear, the parents may sign that document. But later, they can challenge in the court saying that it is by force we have signed that document. So then it will become voidable. So the parents can challenge that agreement and they can say that we are not following this document. So that is voidable. It is voidable at the option of the party because the children got it signed by using force. So it is voidable. It is the parties affected can decide whether they want to go ahead with the document or not. Now void contracts meaning this has no legal effect at all. Contracts not binding in law. Contracts entered into by minors, lunatics, drunken persons. Drunken persons, if they are in an alcoholic state, when they are entering into a contract, it will not be enforceable. Similarly, minors, if they are entering into a contract, it has no validity at all. Now, illegal contracts are contracts against the laws of our country. Now, what are the against the laws of our country? Selling drugs, taking drugs, or selling cigarettes or alcohol to a minor entering into a pub. All these are illegal contracts. Now, unenforceable contracts. Unenforceable contracts are not valid contracts. There will be a technical difficulty. The signature may be forged signature, or any technical defect. See, they are writing February 30th. There is no date like February 30th. Even in a leap year, it's only February 29th. So by mistake, they put the date as wrong or the spelling mistake is there. So these are unenforceable contracts because of the technical defects. Now we are coming to the second main category, that is from the point of mode of creation. From the point of mode of creation, we are dividing into three: express contracts, implied contracts, and quasi contracts. Express contracts meaning offer and acceptance of any agreement is made in word spoken or written. So here you go to a movie theater, then you are buying a movie ticket. You want to buy the ticket, you pay that money and immediately you are getting. It's an express contract. Implied contract meaning not expressed by word spoken or written. So here you have to remember it's understood from the behavior of the parties or the conduct of the parties. So getting into a bus, metro or a train or an aeroplane, anything, it's an implied contract. When the bus will stop at the bus station, if the passengers are getting into that meaning they read the board and they know that the bus is going to the place where they are intending to travel. So that meaning then when they'll get into the bus, they have to buy the ticket. That is understood. So then it will become an implied contract. Now quasi contracts. Quasi contracts meaning the principle of quasi contract is that nobody should be allowed to retain unjust benefit at the expense of the another. If you're getting a wallet or any document, valid document, passport or a wallet or anything like that, travel ticket, Aadhaar card or anything valuable for another person, then it's your duty to find the owner or to give it to the authorities, maybe police station. You can give that and they will trace the owner and they will give it back because it belongs to somebody else. We have no right to keep that. Similarly, missing dogs, missing pet, missing cat, anything. If you find something, then it's your duty to hand over to the authorities if you are not able to trace the owner, so the other person will get the benefit. Now, we have divided third point of types of contracts. We are dividing from the point of view of extent of execution. This meaning how far the contract is completed. From the point of view of extent of execution, we are dividing into two. One is executed contract, second is executory contract. Now, executed contract meaning both the parties have completed their share of obligations. The best example is the cash sales. You want to a restaurant, you get the item whatever you ordered and finally you are making the payment. Cash sales. You go to a stationery shop, you complete the contract. So that is the cash sales is the best example for executed contract. There is no obligation pending from any of the parties. Executed contract meaning either one or both of the parties to complete their share of obligation. So that best example is the credit sales. You went to a shop, you want to buy a consumer durable, you are making the down payment. So that meaning when you get the item delivered, you will complete the payment. So the consumer durable store, their part of obligation is pending. They have to deliver the item. From your side, you have to make the payment. That is the executory contract. The last division is from the point of view of performance. From the point of view of performance, we have divided it into unilateral contracts and bilateral contracts. So unilateral contract is one party has to complete his or her share of obligation. So that is finder of the missing item. Same thing. You found that item and it's your duty to hand over to the person. So that is unilateral. One party has to complete their share of obligation. Now bilateral contract. Both the parties have to complete their share of obligation. So painting contract to start after 2 months. See, painting contractor, you fix that. After 2 months, he is going to do. That meaning his work will come after 2 months. And when you will make the payment, you will make the payment after the contract work is completed. So we have learned 4 types of contracts. That is the classification of contracts and its subdivisions in this module. Thank you for paying attention. Happy learning. Thank you.